Puerto Rican puncher Subriel Matias, 23-2 with 22 knockouts, defends his WBC super lightweight title for the first time, against Dalton Smith, 18-0, 13 KOs, the wily Steel City Warrior from Sheffield, England, on January 10 at the Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York. The mandatory was hanging by a thread after Subriel tested positive for ostarine in a VEDA test in November, which is part of the World Boxing Council's clean boxing protocol. The amount detected was very small and he was found not guilty of intentional doping. So, he has been placed on 12 months probation and this fight, thankfully, goes ahead. In a statement, the WBC said, "Trace elements were found in a contaminated supplement and consistent with accidental ingestion. The contamination was below the threshold for punishment used by commissions in the jurisdictions of New York, Nevada, and California. Subriel is on a 1-year probation. He must undergo additional enhanced testing. Any future positive tests during this period of time will result in indefinite suspension." WBC President Mauricio Suleiman said, "The WBC's clean boxing program needs updating and made stricter to address supplement contamination." With this potential migraine diagnosed and resolved, both boxers continued to diligently prepare for what's going to be an exciting, nail-biting, tough and memorable matchup of big hitter against box puncher. Subriel's 23-2 with 22 knockouts tally, ominously and starkly speaks for itself. The only way in which he's twice been defeated is via clever strategy and effective counter-punching. Rapier, astute boxing neutralizing his blunderbuss firepower. Growing up in the poor seaside town of Fajardo, in 2012, 3 years prior to the start of his pro career, Matias got mixed up with the wrong crowd, was shot twice in the thighs from a hail of 40 bullets, then was arrested some weeks later and served 19 months in Puerto Rico's federal prison for a variety of crimes. On his release, he made a life-changing decision to move away from the precipice lifestyle, move on and develop from his amateur boxing days by turning pro, saying, "God works in mysterious ways. You're talking to a dead man that God has brought back to life." Then another agonizing hard knock of fate. Subriel stopped Russian Maxim Dadashev in the 11th round of an IBF eliminator in 2019. Buddy McGirt in Maxim's corner threw the towel in after round 11. Maxim collapsed, was rushed to hospital, placed in an induced coma, but died from severe brain trauma just 4 days later. Grieving, Subriel poignantly said, "No one is prepared to die, while looking for dreams and goals." Downhearted, dejected and saddened, he lost his next fight, which was against Petros Ananian, by UD being badly rocked in the 7th and driven into the ropes, causing referee Roberto Bird to produce a standing count. 2 stoppage wins later, Matias launched an unremitting onslaught in the rematch with Petros, forcing him to stay on his stool after 9 torrid rounds. Matias won the vacant IBF title after he overwhelmed Jeremias Ponce, who called it a night following 5 rounds. But in his second defense, Subriel lost his title to unbeaten Aussie Liam Paro via UD. He then fought Alberto Puello for the WBC, which he won with a grueling MD to become a 2-time world champion. Defending the green and gold belt against Dalton won't be a piece of cake. Subriel admits, "I know Dalton is a tough opponent, but I was born for these kind of wars. On January 10th, I'll defend my title, with the same strength and determination that brought me here." He added a warning to the Brit. "Dalton, you haven't fought anyone like me before and I'll prove it. I'm going to bring out the little girl he has inside of him. Remember, I'm the real champ. This is for real and you're going to see that on January 10th. Don, T-Run." Undaunted Dalton, who is undefeated with an 18-0, 13 KOs record, isn't running scared. Clearly showing that this is going to be a hammering battle of 2 iron willpowers as well as colliding fists, he stressed. "I have always said that if I could fight for one title it would be for green and gold. From the start of my career, I wanted to do it the traditional way. British, Commonwealth and European route. I'm confident in my abilities. Everyone says Subriel is this bogeyman, but I've found weaknesses in his style. Of course he can punch. He's a big puncher, but it's not one-punch knockout. For him, it's an accumulation. people just stand in front of him and try to have a fight. Obviously, we see weaknesses, and that's why we've done a week training camp, to make sure we get it right. We are well conditioned, but we've got to execute it. This is the pinnacle of boxing, and I will make my childhood dream come true on January 10th. Subriel will bring out the monster that lies within me. Dalton Smith's amateur career has formed a bedrock foundation for what's followed. He won silver in the European Youth Championship, bronze in the Commonwealth Games, and was the 2018 ABA champion. As a pro, he stopped Sam O'Mason in 6 to win the British Championship, KO'd Sam Maxwell in 7 to win the Commonwealth title, vacated it, and stopped Jose Chan Zapata via TKO in 5 for the vacant WBC silver belt. He then KO'd overmatched Walid Rizza in 1 round to retain his WBC silverware, plus add the vacant European title. Prior to his world title challenge, he defeated the tough and resistant Matthew German by UD, banking a valuable 12 rounds to prepare him for the biggest fight of his entire career. This is going to be a war of attrition versus a battle of wits. Brawn versus brain. Lightning versus thunder. The more experienced Matias, who has built a 96.65% KO record and excels as a pressure fighter, is going to try to walk Dalton down, force him into the ropes, soften him up with hellacious body shots, and take him down and out with left hooks to the head. While Smith must stave him off, stuttering his advance with stiff left jabs and long rights at range, plus jarring counters, causing damage and going in for a late stoppage. His KO ratio is a respectable 72.22%, showing he can punch as well as box. Matias is seasoned by 130 pro rounds, and Smith is not far behind with 111. Age 33, Dalton is 5 years younger than the champion. In a bull and matador-type lateral encounter, mindset, willpower and stamina will be tested to their ultimate limits. Both are physically teak-tough, their mindsets are fully focused, and their hearts are hardened. Each one has denied themselves over the festive Christmas fare. So in the new year, frustrations, ambitions and itchy knuckles means that all is not fair in love and war.